and welcome to episode 6. Now, it's super excited to see you again, and we're looking forward to you getting back into school. But while you're doing your PE at home videos, we have got some great activities for you. So today you're going to be looking at a HIIT workout using some of the moves we did in term 3 to keep our fitness up and to keep ourselves active. And then in our motor skills, you're going to be looking at using equipment, so an extension of your body. So if you want to pause in a second, you're going to need a hardback book, you're going to need a piece of paper, possibly some socks, and if you've got anything to knock over, so maybe some teddies or some toilet rolls or anything like that. So all I can say is good luck and enjoy the episode.
Now, we're going to run through a warm-up, we're going to run through a main and motor skill activity, and then we're going to focus on a cool-down. Now, a warm-up, as you're fully aware, is fundamental in supporting us with our flexibility and preparing us for our main activity. So now we're going to move on to our warm-up, which is going to be moving in a circular motion. So the muscle that we're trying to engage and support, we're going to be moving in a circular motion. We're going to go from top to toe. However, with our neck muscle, it's very delicate, so we want to make sure we're just moving it nice and slow. So neck muscle, moving to one side and just holding it. And moving to the other side. Brilliant stuff. And looking up. And down. Everything we do today is going to be nice and controlled. Again, to one side. Just leaning your ear on your shoulder. To the other side. Looking up. And looking down. This time we're going to do shoulder rolls, so shoulder shrugs. Just moving again around in a nice circular motion. Brilliant stuff. Trying to relax those muscles and get them ready for our motor skills activity. Now moving on to our hip. Well done. Changing our direction. Fantastic stuff. This time, same with your knees. Nice little circle with your knees. Looks like a little bit of a dance move, this one. And changing the direction. Nice and controlled. Brilliant stuff. We're nearly there. This time with your foot, put your heel on the ground. Have your toes pointed to the sky and back down to the ground. Now once you've done that once, we're just going to move in different points. Slowly moving up. Now we're moving it into a circular motion. Not too fast, nice and gradual, nice and slow. And change your legs, well done. Nice and steady, we're nearly there. Brilliant stuff. Now we've loosened up our muscles, we're now just going to go into a pulse raise, get our heartbeat a little bit faster and gets us ready for our motor skills activities. Now, I found Mr. Schultz and he's going to go through some exercises with you, such as jumping jacks and some straight jumps, which is related to the yoga and gymnastics that we're going to be looking at this term. Good luck. Mr. Schultz is going to do 40 jumping jacks. I wonder if you can do them alongside him. Good luck.
Thank you. That's 10. Halfway there.
Well done.
That's 40 complete.
Well done, Mr. Schultz. Mr. Schultz is now going to do 10 straight jumps. I wonder if you can do them alongside him. If not, have a watch before you have your go. Well done. Notice how Mr. Schultz is going from his toes down to his heel, bending his knees to soften the impact when he jumps. Nice pointed fingers. Well done, Mr. Schultz. Welcome to our multi-skills activity. Now we're going to be running through some key exercises that will support our gymnastics and our theme of this term. And the first exercise we're going to be looking at is a plank. Now we're going to look to hold this plank for 1 minute. I'm going to show you a demonstration and then you're going to have the chance to practice with Mr. Schultz. Now when we're looking at a plank, it's working on a full body workout but fundamentally looking at your core. So your belly, your arms, the top of your legs. Which belly, I wonder if any of you can remember what muscles are in our belly. That's right, our abdominals. So I'm going to quickly show you how you do a plank and I wonder if you can have a practice after. So I'm going to have my elbows on the ground. You can link hands if you want. You can have your knees off the ground and you're going to keep your back and legs as straight as possible. So now you're really working on your core. You should be able to feel it in your belly area. The longer you do it, you might be able to feel it in your arm muscles as well. I wonder if anyone knows what muscles are in our arms. That's right, our tricep and our bicep.
So I have my phone with me to time my 1 minute. If you can't hold a position for the full minute, then let your belly rest and then try and get back up into the starting position. Make sure your breathing is nice and regular, do not hold your breath through it. Right, my minute starts. It's important to keep your breathing going and keep your body as still as possible. Really halfway through. "20 seconds left. Last 10 seconds. See how I'm trying to keep my body as flat as possible. And that's my minute.
Well done, Mr. Schultz. Exercise number 2 is called a push-up. Now, for a push-up, we're going to be working on a variety of muscles. Fundamentally, those muscles are going to be on our arms and our chest area. I wonder if you can remember any muscles that we'll be working on. What muscles are on our arms? That's right, we have our tricep, which is on the back of your arm. We have our, that's right, bicep, which is on the front of your arm. And we also have our chest, which is called our pectorals. And another muscle that we're working on throughout is our deltoid. Now, deltoid is just at the top of our arm. All right, so we've got at least four different muscles that we'll be working on in this exercise. Sounds like fun. And these are perfect for holding positions, for stability, all right, in your yoga activities. Now, I'm going to show you 2 variations. One is slightly easier, and for those that might not be as comfortable in supporting their own body weight. So you're going to have your knees together, or you can have your knees crossed. Now, your lower body is supporting this press up from this one. Arms shoulder width apart. Okay, and nice and steady, you're going down as low as you can safely go. And up. I'm going to cross my legs because I find that easier. And again, down. And up. Well done. Now, if you are a little bit more comfortable, this time similar to your plank, exactly the same body position, however, you're going to be balanced on your hands. So your start position is on your hands. Trying to make sure I'm not going to slip. Okay, back nice and straight. And you're going down again. The wider you have your grip, the more it'll work on your pectorals. And up and down. Try and go all the way up, so it's working all of those muscles. And down. And up. Remember, it's not about how fast you do these activities or these exercises, but it's how controlled they are. All right, the slower, the more steady you do it, the more it'll work those key muscles. Let's see how Mr. Schultz gets on. Well done, Mr. Schultz.
Halfway through. This is where I've got to show my grit. I can feel it in my arms. Whew. If you have to rest, 10 seconds. See if I can get 2 more. Whoa, 1, 2, 1 more for grit. Whoa, 3.
Well done,
And that's
Mr.
1
Schultz.
minute.
Our third exercise is called dorsal raises. Now, this exercise is going to be focusing on your abdominals, which is on the front of your belly, your gluteus maximus, which is on your bottom, and your lower back. Now, it's a nice, controlled, steady exercise because we're looking at focusing on our stability, our core, our balance, all comes into play. Now, for this exercise, you're going to need to be laying on your belly. And the idea is to lift your head up. Alright, so hands behind your head or hands touching your head, and nice and steady, just lifting your head up. As far as you can safely go. Nice and controlled. Fantastic. Good luck.
Minute starts now. Trying to get a nice rhythm.
Yes, the importance of this is to be nice and controlled. Only raise your head as safely and as high as you can safely can.
Halfway through.
Mr. Schultz should be able to start feeling that in his lower back
Yeah,
and
lower
his
back.
abdominals at the front.
Give my 8-pack a workout. 10 seconds. And surprisingly, you can feel it in your arms as well. And 1 minute.
Feel it in your arms, mate.
Oh, mate, shoulders there.
Our second to last activity we're going to be looking at is squats. So our squats are going to be focused on working certain muscles in specific areas, which are our quadriceps, which run along the front, and I wonder if you can remember the muscle along the back. That's right, it's our hamstring. Brilliant stuff. So for this, we're going to have our legs just further than the shoulder width apart. The idea is to go as low as you can, keep it nice and controlled. For stability purposes, to hold your balance, you might have your hands out in front of you, and you're going to go nice and low. Again, it doesn't matter how fast you do this, it's about how slow and controlled. And you're going to do this exercise for 1 minute. Good luck.
Right, my minute starts. I'm looking to get 3 squats in 10 seconds.
Well done, Mr. Schultz is nice and controlled. Idea is to have your legs quite wide apart, so just further than shoulder width apart.
Try and
So
get
you
that
can
back straight.
engage all of your lower body muscles.
Halfway through.
I wonder if anyone can remember the muscle in your bottom leg, also known as your calf muscle. That's right, it's your gastrocnemius.
15 seconds.
Nearly there, Mr. Schultz.
See if I can get 1 more. And time up.
Well done. Our last exercise is going to be called sit-ups. Now, I wonder if you can remember the muscle on the front of our belly, just beneath our pectorals. That's right, it's our abdominals, also known as our abs. Now, I'm going to give you 2 variations of sit-ups. because again, there's some children that might be more comfortable doing the harder sit-ups and others not so much. It's not a problem. Okay, we're all at different levels. Now, you're going to sit on knees slightly bent. Try and get a nice solid foundation, the base of your feet on the floor. And you're going to go back for the first one. Okay, you're just going to raise your legs just so they touch your knees. So just trying to get your head up, but you're not sitting all the way up. So you're just raising your legs just so they're just past your knees. If you're not as comfortable, you might just push your hands up so they do touch your knees. If you are a little bit more comfortable, you might be able to get up just slightly more. All right, just engage in those abdominals a little bit more. If you are more comfortable, then you can have your hands by your head, okay, on the back of your head. Okay, remember, don't pull onto your head, just make sure they're touching the sides, all right, or in that area, and you go all the way, well, not all the way down, you're not touching your back on the floor, you're going all the way up, and you're going slightly down, there we go, just so we're still working on those abs, we're keeping them fully engaged throughout. 2, 3, now remember, it's not about speed, nice and steady. Let's see how you and Mr. Schultz get on. Mr. Schultz is going to do the advanced ones, the harder ones to start off with, then he's going to change with 30 seconds for the slightly easier, the beginners. Good luck.
Minute starts now. The key to sit-ups is not to start too fast. That's 30 seconds. Now I'm going to change. "20 seconds left. Last 10 seconds. We'll get one more, and that's 1 minute.
Well done, Mr. Schultz. Now we're going to finish off with our cool down. Now, cool down is just as important as our motor skills and our warm up because it then relaxes your body, allows you to recover, and gets us prepared for our recovery, and then we can carry on. Other than that, if we don't do it as much or don't cool down, we might then open ourselves up to injury, and that's the last thing we want. So we're going to start more slower. We're not going to do circular motions this time, but we're going to start from top to toe, and we're going to do our static stretches. So again, moving your neck to one side, and holding it, and changing, moving to the opposite side, and looking up, and down. Brilliant stuff. One more time, to the left, to the right, looking up, and looking down. This time we're putting our arm across our body, our other arm underneath. Okay, we're just slightly pulling it towards her, not too much force. Okay, so one arm nice and straight, one other arm put underneath our elbow. Okay, we're going to hold this for about 10 seconds. And quick shake and change. Well done. This one we're going to do circular motions with our hips again, but nice and slow, more controlled, and we're just moving to our 4 different points. Well done, and back, and forward. One more time, to one side, to the other side, to our back, and forward. This time we're going to grab hold of our ankle, focus on something that's not moving, and we're going to be looking at our hamstring on this one, our hamstring and our quadricep. Nice and steady, holding on to your ankle, focus on something not moving. We're doing brilliant. Well done. And change legs once you've done it for 10 seconds. Now I'm not able to grab my other ankle, but I'm going to hold it in that position. So remember, hold on to your ankle, don't pull it too tight because you'll be able to cause injury, just enough so you can feel it and your knees are touching. 3, 2, 1, well done. Now you're going to have your toes pointed to the sky. We're working on our gastrocnemius, which is our calf muscle, well done. Pointing to the sky, maybe hold on to your opposite leg, knees nice and bent. Your opposite knee that you're working, the leg that you're working on this one, is going to be nice and straight with your toes pointing to the sky. You should be able to feel it all the way down the back of your leg. Brilliant stuff, and change over. Sit, really point your toes to the sky. Fantastic stuff. Well done for completing today's activity.
Hi Year 5, so we're in our motor skills activity. Now today, as I mentioned in our intro, is we're going to be looking at something using extended equipment. Now the reason why we're doing this is because if you were in school, and you will be soon, which is great, you're going to be looking at hockey. Now hockey is really important because it has an extension onto your hands. So you're not just tapping things or using your hands to do the activity, you're actually having to use a stick. Now to replicate that at home, you're going to be using a hardback book. That's a solid book, so one that doesn't bend. And the idea is that that is going to be the extension of your body. We've got 3 activities for you, and I know you're going to love them, and they are going to test your ability to use your hand and eye coordination while using an extension to your arm. So, good luck, and I'm going to send you off to activity 1.
Activity number 1. Now, for this first activity, you're going to need your book and you're going to need a scrunched up piece of paper. Again, please be careful of your surroundings. Safety always comes first. So make sure you've got plenty of space or enough space to be able to do this activity. Now, for us to get used to that extension, the book that we're using, we're going to try and challenge ourselves to see how many times we can hit the ball up in the air, hit the sock up in the air, or the piece of paper that we've got in our hand, and try and keep control of it. So I've got to make sure I'm tracking the piece of paper, book's nice and flat, and I'm just trying to keep control, keep my eye on the piece of paper. If it drops and hits the floor, not a problem. It's not a challenge. We're just trying to get used to having an extension on our hand, which is our book that we're using, and keeping control of the piece of paper. Have many practices you feel you need before we move on to the next activity. Good luck.
.360 there.
Activity number 2. So now you've had plenty of practice at trying to hit the sock or the piece of paper up in the air. We're now going to try and progress and aim for a target. So rather than hitting it up, we're looking at utilising the power, look at the power, having control of the strike that we're using to hit the piece of paper onto a towel. So my starting point is going to be my pillow. I'm going to go next to my pillow and I'm going to figure out how am I going to hit this piece of paper? Am I going to try and hit it really hard? Because the idea is to try and get it to touch or land on the towel. So let's see if I can do this. Make sure the flat side is facing forward. You'll throw the piece of paper up. Oh, it touched it. You might want to challenge yourself and see, okay, I managed to touch it, but can I get it to land on the land on the towel? Let's see how I get it on again. So I've got to have control. More practice makes progress. I have lots of goes. Quite tricky. Challenge yourself. Have a go with Mr. Schultz. So remember, now we're looking at the control that we can use to try and hit or land on the towel. Perfect for hockey. Perfect for any hand-related sport that we have in our curriculum. Good luck. Activity number 3. Now, to add a slight progression in, and relate it more so to the sport that we're doing this term, which is hockey, we're going to look at a push pass. Fantastic. So I've got 6 socks at my starting point, which is my pillow. This time I'm going to put the sock on the floor, and I'm going to have my book really close, because remember, in a push pass, the ball is really close to your hockey stick. Alright, so I'm going to have my sock really close, and my idea is to flick it to land on the towel. Let's see how I get on. Well done. And the idea is to make sure you've got 2 hands, just to relate it to hockey as well, because you must always have 2 hands on the hockey stick. I've got my hand either side, nice and controlled. Oh, that was close. Now, a variation to this is if you've had a practice and you found, okay, Mr. Moore's quite easy, you might want to fold your towel in half to reduce your surface area. So the chance of you hitting that towel is a little bit slimmer. So you might have to challenge yourself that little bit more. Good luck. Let's challenge time! So now you've had the opportunity to practice the 3 different levels or the 3 different activities. We're going to add a challenge. We love a bit of friendly competition. It's always fun. So this time we've got our 6 pairs of socks, and this time I found 6 toilet rolls. Now the challenge is to see how many toilet rolls you can knock down in 6 shots. For every toilet roll you knock down, you get 1 point. Now I'm going to have a quick practice, and then you and Mr. Schultz can have a go. Now remember, if you've had a go and you thought, okay, this challenge is quite easy, you can add different variations to make it a bit more difficult or easy. If you want to make it easier, you might want to put the toilet roll a little bit closer together. So you might knock down more than 1. If you want to challenge yourself, you could spread the toilet rolls a bit further apart. Totally up to you. But let's see how I get on. Pressure's on. I touched it, but didn't knock it down. Mr. Moore needs to practice. Managed to get 2. I've knocked them all over. So after having a look at that, I think I would personally spread the toilet roll a little bit further out to challenge me a bit more. Good luck. Let's see how you and Mr. Schultz gets on. Good luck, Mr. Schultz.
Thank you. Oh, 2 left, 4 targets. That's how we roll.
How many did you get, Mr. Schultz?
5 points, 1 remaining.
Well done.
Thank you.
Look who I found, it's Miss Davies.
Hello.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Let's see how you get
Right.
on.
Wish me luck. Oh.
It's 1 point.
Oh,
Miss Davies has done this before.
there. I haven't even had practice. Look at that. Right, 1 more. No. Oh no.
Last one.
How did I miss that?
Well done, Miss Davies. You've got 5 out of 6. Brilliant job.
Look who I found. It's Miss Keela. Miss Keela, are you ready for our challenge?
I'm ready.
Right, off you go.
Right, I've got to see how many I have.
Brilliant.
I can knock down.
Or 2 in one go. 2
Oh,
more. There's only one left and 3 attempts.
Oh, that was so close. Oh, right, last one. Let's see.
Oh, so close. Miss Keelan, well done. You scored 5, which is exactly the same as Miss Davies.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. That's good.
Yay, you did it. Well done. Now, did you show zest in that activity? I bet you did, and I hope you really enjoyed it because we really enjoy them. Now, the HIIT activity, that looked tricky, and I know that you probably had to work really hard, so well done. And that extension of your body must have been quite hard. How did you find it? If you've got any videos or pictures that you'd like to send in to your teachers, they always let us know how you're getting on, and we get to see those pictures and videos. So please do send them in because it is a lovely opportunity for us, and it's a great opportunity for you to show off your skills. So well done for episode 6. We will see you in episode 7. Bye!